I hope you I hope you don't give him 5 seconds of your time.
Nah, that's not gonna happen again.
Really?
But I was like,
The only thing
believe it.
the only thing that he can really say is like, I was in hospital, or like I got into like a really crazy car accident and my phone got smashed because it flew out the window. And it shattered, and I needed 2 days to get a SIM card because it's South Africa. You need to recut a SIM card, and then you can't just buy a SIM card. And now I'm saying, hey, hi, I'm sorry. I think those two reasons warrant.
Have you used that before?
It's just saying that
makes
that's
sense.
the only thing that makes
It's a
sense.
good reason. I've never
That
said
was like
I've
way
never
too
said-
scripted.
No,
like,
I've never said something like that.
Why
No.
are you planning on using something like that, TK?
No.
No, he doesn't need.
I'm a stand-up guy. I don't.
Nah, it was bad, man.
Yeah, no. It
I
has
made
to
it
be a
work,
good.
but
It
it was
has to be a
bad.
good reason, like solid, like
Work.
because you only have probably like 3 good reasons, and they've got to be really big.
He said work.
Let's
He
quickly
could have
greet everyone.
communicated.
He said work.
Let's greet everybody. No.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Before You Weekend. It's been a couple weeks, but please remember to continue liking and sharing and subscribing. It's always fun. It's always a pleasure to get to have these conversations with you. With me today are friends of the pod. That is Ellen and Calvin. You guys good?
What it do was
Amazing.
Hannon.
Delicious.
Now, you guys came in like late into the conversation. We're talking about being stood up because someone recently got stood up. You want to say the name? No, don't. You'll get sued. But you want to tell the story?
No, it was just a date. It was a first date that we were supposed to go on, and he'd been asking for a very long time, like for months. Maybe
That's
like
the
2
worst.
months prior. And I finally got out of my little shell, and I was like, let me go. I made sure though, because in 2023, trusting a man, we still don't do that. So I made sure, like I called, I messaged, and it was like, we on. And I pitched up, and I was like, okay, I'm here, I'm waiting for you. And he's like, okay, I should be there in a few minutes. And I sat.
Oh
And I
no.
sat. And I sat. And then I was like, okay, cool. I'm hungry because a girl needs to eat. So I ate. I got myself food and whatever. Like, ladies, always make sure that you've got, man.
You have your budget.
Yeah,
Yes.
like have enough. Have enough to actually cover the entire meal. Right? So if you anticipate that we're going to use 2.5, have your 2.5 just in case, because you never know. He'll pitch up and then he'll ask that you pay for
you
it.
guys spend 2.5 on dates. How much?
Well, I don't. Okay, I think I do.
You've spent over 2K on a date, one date.
Salmon isn't cheap. I like salmon. I might throw in sushi just for vibes.
TK.
And
That's you and a
then
person,
and
just
then,
2 people.
And then you don't order by the glass. We're grown now. We order by the bottle.
We order bottles.
What's the most you spent
bottle.
on a date?
I'm not going to now say it for prospective.
Yeah,
dates
okay,
over
but
tea.
to what his number, which is over
yeah,
2K.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you guys
Me-
buying shares at this
Me
date?
paying
What's
for the
going
date.
on,
Paying
guys?
for a date, not a weekend, not an experience.
Did you take him out on the date?
I did.
Yeah.
If I
Ghana
say-
Ellen is pro.
You know,
love it.
I don't do that.
Why are you guys spending that much money on a date?
No. Look, it's not like we aim for that. It's just that the date allows.
Yeah.
Or happens like that.
What's the most you guys have ever spent on a date? I don't think I've ever gone past maybe 1.6 or 7. Yeah.
Yes.
That's a hefty amount. That's a good amount.
Yeah, that's a good average.
Yeah, I don't want to spend that again. Like,
Oh, wow.
Oh, my brother, where you want to eat then? Where you
Where
eating?
you gonna eat?
I'm not saying I
What
want to
are
go
you
to
eating?
Spur or McDonald's.
Yes, that's the
but
thing. You're only spending less than 1,000 if you go to a fast food spot. If you're going to a restaurant, like an actual restaurant, you're spending over 1,500.
Yeah, but why spending
two.
over a K for something that's going to come out of your system anyway? You're going to shit it out.
Because
Why?
the person that is across the table from you is worth it.
She's going to need the bathroom too.
Guys,
I'm just saying. Like,
no.
It's not a waste.
go there, do a photo shoot.
My thing is, I spend. It's one of my. I don't know what the chat is, but like I spend a lot of my money on food. It's one of
Really?
the things I spend a lot of money.
Is
on.
that like your I don't know how to express it. I think it's a
Yeah,
term for
that's
it.
what
Like
the
that's the
term I
one
was
thing you're
looking for.
frivolous with.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I'm frivolous with food. And then I'm not sure what would come after that, but definitely food. I love eating.
Really? What's your
Yeah.
frivolous thing?
No, definitely food. I love feeding, but instead of me, I love feeding people.
Okay.
So I would go and do like crazy grocery shopping for stuff that like I'm not even interested in. It's more for the other person or whoever's gonna be, fed. I just love feeding people.
I'm like that, but like when it comes to me being like my personal stuff, the only thing I'm really frivolous with is maybe like buying sneakers or like buying a watch. Yeah, I think but I can't do that with something I know is gonna like
My
Pass
go
through.
to
my
yeah.
issue is like I haven't even tapped into like that because like I like clothes and stuff like that. And I like expensive stuff. That's my problem. Like the stuff I really like, the stuff I really want to go out and buy is expensive.
Yeah.
And not I don't like the stuff because of the price. That's what like people don't get about the whole like fashion concept or being like a like really into sneakers or whatever. It's not because it's expensive and you're trying to tell people that my gosh, my jacket costs.
No, you actually like it, yeah.
It's because I like the actual jacket. It just happens to be expensive.
Yeah.
So I haven't gotten to that part of my life. I think I'm considering the watch thing. That might be a thing.
I like watches. Just watches are very expensive. Watches and gadgets. If I could get something new
But
every day,
they're
I
good
would.
investment though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like now, that's a whole thing. They're really good investment. I think that's why I'd also hide money
Yeah.
by the watch collection.
I think let's speak about the obvious elephant in the room.
The elephant in the room.
Mac G
Oh
did it. Like
yeah,
he
no,
sold
no.
out
No, he did it.
Sunbeds, and
Yeah.
I think I think it's
Yeah.
big, and I don't know if every other podcast is talking about it, but they should, whether they were there or not.
Yes.
First of all, I think all podcasters should have been there. Whether
Yes.
it's your niche or not, or you agree with them or not. Listen,
Yeah.
this might be the first or last time we get to see someone being able to achieve
Most
achieve this as a
definitely.
podcaster.
Yeah,
In South Africa, you need a whole lot of money to be able to pull something off like that.
yeah.
I mean, that was nothing short of inspiring.
It really was.
I watch Mac G a lot. I'm not necessarily a fan, but I like just watch how he moves and watch the stuff he's putting on. Like, this is really cool.
Yeah.
There's something about this. And I was thinking about the people who started like YouTube channels, podcasts, or started a social media account during the pandemic. The advantage they have the advantage they had during the pandemic was they made it feel like in all this craziness, we're not alone.
Yeah,
And in those 2 years, they built that community. So now that the pandemic is over, of course, they have more leverage, a bigger audience, big influence compared to everyone else who's starting now. But it's good to see like this is the fruit of what you could actually pull off if you are consistent with the community that you're communicating to.
I think there's still like a whole nother wave, especially for like SA and like Africa where we're going, because for podcasts in America, like that's a whole thing because YouTube was a whole consumption for them. Like we just started consuming YouTube probably in the past, I'd say constructively 2-3 years, stats wise. So because of that, there's still that open space for something to that magnitude to happen again. I think it's gonna happen again. I don't know how many times because I mean, Casper only did that. He's the only guy who did what he did, which is very interesting and very tricky also at the same time, because we should be able to do that. I think maybe now a piano artist should be able to do that, which is what Scorpion Kings were trying to do, I guess.
Yeah.
Right? By doing Sunbed.
Yeah.
This is 2020, just
Yeah.
as COVID happened, because COVID cut their show. When they try to do that, I think Balcony Mix was trying to do that as well, the Major League Twins.
Yeah.
Did they try to do it or they did it? One of the two. My brain is not.
That's why I know it was just like a rooftop event. I don't know
I
about a
don't think
bigger
they've
venue.
made it like
Yeah.
big. Yeah.
So I mean that's now can go into piano. Probably can go as a genre can go into like stadium and arena type flow.
I think so.
But that's my whole thing was like at the time the genre of hip hop allowed Casper to do that at the time. And now for podcasts and like content consumption, YouTube being this new space, I think because of some of what Mac G and them did, it kind of just like pushes the whole narrative on like content and how big you can take it where the whole influence of an audience is concerned. Because I think for a large part, like we've also noticed, like people have audiences and they don't really know what to do with them outside of like selling it to brands.
Yeah.
Right.
So to jump onto what you just said, I don't think content is an issue in South Africa. Creating content's never been an issue. The thing a lot of creators struggle with is knowing how to build a community.
Yeah.
That's the hardest part, because that's why he was able to do 8,000.
100%.
Because over 3-4 years, you talking to these people every single day. Now people feel like you in the house with me. I can talk to you and I can have these wild thoughts and no one thinks I'm crazy because you crazier.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he did that so well. And I think that's one thing a lot of people struggle with. Like, oh yeah, you're very talented, or you're very good at what you do, but you don't know how to make someone feel like, oh, we in this together.
Yeah.
You're a great makeup artist, but you've never gotten like 3 people in a room and said, yo, let's do something together. You're good at that. You're good at that. Let's create a conversation. And people struggle there. Everyone's trying to still be a lone wolf in this game. And
which is so silly.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work. But I mean, some of the podcast guys were out there actually. Who had their podcast? Spoo had his podcast.
I saw that.
Wow, he recorded at the thingy, and then he called the guys that were there, and they had this moment where all the podcasters, well, not all, well, a few, especially the ones that were kind of a bit interlinked and connected, coming up almost at the same time or whatever along those lines. So that was really dope. Just kind of coming off the fact that we've even spoken about the fact that, you know, the podcasting community doesn't interlink or intercross.
That frustrates me.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not trying to name drop or cause any issues, but it's like I don't see Little Lion and Mash talking. I don't know why I haven't seen that yet. I
think they do though.
I mean, they're probably chats, but
Yeah,
I haven't seen them on each other's shows.
Collaboration like that. Yeah.
And I like Mash stuff. Him and I actually spoke. I said he must come here. He's like, yeah, he's cool with that. So we'll see when that happens. But like, I don't see a lot of collaborations or cross-pollination happening, and I feel like, guys, let's not be idiots here.
To what you're saying, everybody's trying to like, yo, this is our thing, this is my thing, this is whatever the
I
case
only
is.
talk about hip-hop, or only talk about business every day.
It's very niche.
What about rugby?
Intensive.
It's niche intensive, and I'm like, it's just like when we said it was like artists collaborating, you do want that thing, even though we're competitive in our individual rights.
Yeah.
You still want that. So I think it's even that in itself creates still like a whole another space of opportunity, because it hasn't happened.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And if we don't do that fast enough, American podcasters are going to come here and go, we're doing a show. Versus, and it might be bigger just because we didn't know how to work together.
Yes, that's very true.
Now Joe Budden can go, I'm here, let's do something.
Let's collaborate.
And it's too late now.
So, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
That's also true. They haven't done that like that either, which is also a whole new space. But yeah, McG did it, and it was, yes, we can confirm, ladies and gentlemen, McG did sell out Sunbed Arena. It's not rumors. They were not taking images to try and make it look like he did. That really happened.
Yeah.
And I think it's a big story. It's a really big story.
Yeah.
Alternative from music.
Exactly. It's the fact that a guy who just says, yo, this happened in the world today. How do you feel? Had 8,000 people sit and just go, yeah.
That's crazy.
What do you do this guy?
It's super crazy. It's really history.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Proper.
Yeah.
Can we discuss our South African sports? I feel like we are in a zone, which is dope. Except, okay, wait. Let's start with the netball.
Let's not say in a zone. You know, this weekend can come and we'll just.
True. No,
it.
but to what TK is saying, and I'm gonna back it up. SA really does have some of the best sports teams in the world. Actually,
okay,
we really do.
Are you thinking about netball?
I mean, I'm thinking about netball. I'm thinking about.
Don't think about Bafana.
They didn't feature.
Don't do it
in my thoughts.
Okay.
That's where I was like, let's just hold back. Let's be wary about what we say about South African sports. It's just certain codes, you know, that we know that we can breathe easy.
But if you list them,
yeah,
it's quite a lot. The thing is, most people have never listed them.
Yeah.
You think about them as individuals. But if you go list the teams or like the sports where we actually dominate, and not saying that we're always number one, but we're easily top 5, if not top 3, it's actually like it's a nice list.
But what was funny though is South Africa, the Netball World Cup, South Africa was on a rise and we were like killing it with everyone until we faced Jamaica. The marketing suddenly stopped because we lost badly. Suddenly we're not on Twitter going, oh yeah, we're still a great team, which is quite funny. I don't know if the rest of the world thinks like that. Like you can be celebrated for a moment, and the moment you lose, the chat stop.
Yeah, I think we're very dramatic with that. Like we're like extreme with that thing, and it shouldn't be the case. The only thing is the other guys really they need to start winning to deserve us to speak about them in any good light. But like I feel like the netball team did really well, and they still deserve that. Yo, shout out to you guys for doing what you guys did. You get what I'm saying? Like, already getting into any World Cup is not the easiest thing. You know, and we do this thing because we're sitting from our couches and we don't really understand what it takes to do that. It's very easy for somebody to get knocked out and even, still beaten in a crazy way or whatever. Still, like the fact that you landed on that stage is incredible. Because I always go back to the fact that we landed, essentially the World Cup situation, we almost landed by default because we're hosting. You know, now when you compete, it's very hard to land on that stage, and that's how crazy it is for you to land in a World Cup. You get what I'm saying? For a swimmer to land in the Olympics and give a USA swimmer a run for his money, you know, for our athletes to be doing what they're doing, it's not the easiest.
For sure.
So I think like they still deserve like that.
But I guess this time in Women's Month, it's like women once again, I said this on Instagram yesterday,
Yeah,
women are saving everything.
Yeah.
They're saving hip-hop, they're saving our sports.
Banyana is like
We've been
killing it. like they,
We just won this morning, right?
against
Italy.
Italy.
Like,
Yeah.
come on.
What I wish for though is that I remember posting I think it was like the send off, which was kind of trending, that video where they were singing in the locker room, and the amount of women that were in my DMs on some, I'm questioning myself, like all of my crushes are in that room and I'm straight, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. This is on Instagram and on WhatsApp. I was like, do you? I mean,
I heard about this shit.
Wait, go into that, explain this?
Yeah.
no, for real. Like women were looking at the Banyana team.
Saying,
And
I can
they-
do this girl,
and they were
Yes.
like,
but I'm straight.
Yes.
Interesting.
like Otabo means like nothing when it comes to her. And they were just the amount. I was shocked actually, because I was just like, send off, go girls.
Yeah, congratulations.
No, my DMs were it was just women coming in and saying that, listen, I'm straight. But whoa,
If she said hello, hi.
if she said hello, hi, I mean, I ain't saying no.
Because I've heard other men speak about this, where like men have said, yeah, I have slept with other men, but I'm straight. And this is in reference to what you're saying.
That's a real
I don't get it. I'm trying to get educated on this. Please educate me, or like come to the studio next week or something. I don't understand whether you're a guy or a girl. The whole I want to do this person, but I'm straight.
I think that's for
I
maybe
have a
those
question
that
for you
are.
after this.
I think that's for like those who are sexually adventurous, I guess, because like to a certain degree, when I hear it, I can hear the reasoning and the logic behind it, where it's like because there's something like bisexual, or there's being attracted to, where a woman commonly also say, I'm attracted to them physically, but I wouldn't do a relationship with another woman. That whole aspect as well, which means if you hear that, if you listen to it, it's basically just a sexual aspect. It's just the physicality, it's a sexual aspect. It's not the longevity of intimacy even.
Yeah.
It's not an intimacy pocket. So maybe that's what even that is. Because I've heard women say it on the other side. I've kind of then said, when a guy says it, I mean, as guys, we just like, okay, but that's gay.
Okay, but then let me ask you: when last did you call a man handsome?
I just did. Like when we talk about Drake, I said he's a light-skinned, good-looking man.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, to a certain degree, when I was younger, I used to be like, yo, I can't say another man is good-looking.
Yeah.
I think that was just so stereotypical, whatever. But I think there's a maybe it's because of like the security I have. Like I don't feel some type of way to be like, yo, okay, that guy looks good. Like his skin looks good. Like he's good looking. Like he's got the haircut and everything. He's dressed so well.
Yeah.
And maybe that's what it is, because I think I learned it over time
Yeah.
to be able to say I can say that without feeling some type of way.
Now that I'm asking you that, it's funny because I was at the gym yesterday, and there's a section where you do weight training, whatever else. And for some reason, all the men were good looking. I was like, this can't be allowed. I need to hide my partner. Like, this is out of bounds. Don't come here because these guys are bigger
you
than me.
For your partner, not for you. It's not like
No, not for me. I was like,
damn.
you guys, no. All of you.
He was feeling like
This
if
is
I
weird.
brought my person in this situation, it'd be a little
We
bit
can have a
tricky.
problem.
Yeah, we might have a little.
It was
bit.
weird.
Why not bring her regardless? Just to like say that I'm bringing you in this situation.
You know what
I
that sounds like?
Who I am.
Let me see if my person's going to cheat on me. I'm going to put her in the place of cheating. Let's see.
No ways. You know that. It
like
depends
Temptation
how
Island.
you're moving. Nah, women don't work like that. Women don't work like that. If you're doing everything that you need to do, she's not looking at anybody else. Like
You're not
she
blind
is
in a
not-
relationship.
You're not blind. You're not blind. I'm gonna look at a man and go, damn. But I'm gonna go home to my man. Right?
That's interesting because what I'm like, my thought, I'm just like thinking about it. It's like, it's almost like for guys, we develop like the insecurity based on how guys are and not necessarily how now women are.
Thank you. Yeah.
Because as guys, it's like, you look and you're like, oh, okay, snap. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
But then you keep moving. So now as a guy, you kind of maybe developing the fear from that same aspect to be
Yeah.
like, so that means my woman is doing this.
That's good.
Hey, that's making me feel some type of way, type of thing. I'm just thinking about it as you're saying it, because you're saying like, no, women don't work like that.
don't
For
work
us, like, yes, you'll be like, yes, the guy walked in with the blue jacket. Yeah, he looked nice. And then that's it. You just keep moving.
Yeah.
Interesting. Food for thought, TK.
Yeah.
Food for thought.
We should write a book. Before you can book on relationships. Would you buy that book? And we'd ignore all the advice a therapist advises to do.
Yeah.
I wouldn't advise that. Not from
The other obvious thing was Julius Malema's speech at, was it Orlando Stadium? I forgot which stadium it was.
FNB. I think it
Was
was
it
FNB.
FNB? It was FNB, yeah. Did you watch the speech?
Of course not.
Did you see the speech?
I did not.
I saw everything on social media.
Social media.
Excellent speech.
Yeah.
Excellent
Of course,
speech.
TK watched the speech.
Okay, well, let me give you. Well, I love listening to how people communicate.
So
So,
you like listening to how Julius communicates also specifically.
no, people. Like, if you are a public speaker, I wanted to hear how do you articulate certain
Yeah.
messages.
Yeah.
Brilliant speech, had people inspired. Full stadium, great. I don't know if you guys saw the typical video that's going on social media where
The
he's on
mic
a
drop.
pedestal.
Where he does
and he does
the
that.
Yeah.
Okay,
the mic. I mean,
this made me mad
what me?
because he said, "Stand with me. Let's make history.
Yes.
Be counted. All that stuff." And then puts the fist up, confetti. Visuals look great.
And then
John Cena, what is wrong with you?
No.
Who is the
that
artist
was
here?
edited.
Was that not in the stadium?
No.
It wasn't.
It was then.
Oh, thank
That was
God.
You had already.
I was
written
so
the
mad,
entire
like,
thing
okay,
off.
I
TK
need it
was
right.
so mad. Like, I need to address
Oh,
Julius
my word.
himself.
I was so
Actually, thought you were going
frustrated.
to talk about the Cuban flag.
I didn't see that. Was that in the stadium?
Yes. That was in the stadium.
Oh, but that's
As
not
they
wrong.
went confetti, he said Cuban flag drop.
Yeah.
Which is cool because the history of South Africa, Fidel Castro helped us, so I understand that.
Yeah.
Hasn't he
drop
always
the
been
sun.
about that
Yeah,
narrative? though?
that's
Yeah.
his guy.
Yeah.
That's
Which is dope.
yeah, but drop South African. Where's South African flag?
Where are
We in
We're
South
in South
Africa.
Africa.
We didn't forget what
Who
country.
are
we're
you
in.
must
dropping
vote
Cuban
for
flag?
you?
Tweet the Cuban
No,
flag
guys.
then. Tweet it.
Nah,
then.
guys.
And
We-
say Aluta. Or
It's like these brands who go, "Oh, can I have my logo across the entire video?" No one's gonna forget 40 minutes deep that we're watching this brand. We know what country we're in. We don't need a flag for that.
No, but this is my problem. Actually, let me address that. You do. It's the difference between USA's branding and SA. You do need the SA flag. If you-
USA's branding is
no,
KKK.
No.
They have too many American flags.
No.
That looks dangerous.
It's not. TK, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay? It's the fact that if we step out right now and look across the space here where there's a view, you can't spot the South African flag. And it's a problem.
Yeah.
Okay, there I agree. Just there.
No, what do you mean just there?
That is the
That is
entire
the yes, that is it.
There's 90,000 people in the stadium.
Exactly.
We know what we
90,000 households.
No.
Guys.
No. Here's the problem, and the reason why we needed to push South Africa as you know the main chat, right, on Saturday, was because we do the marketing very well. and we will fill stadiums and whatever, all of that stuff. But we do not go to the voting booths. That is their problem. That is EFF's problem.
Yeah.
Is that you will see red everywhere. I saw the amount of buses that came through my hood on Saturday. People still getting off buses. About 9 in the evening, 9:10, still getting off buses. So it was packed, obviously. But when it's voting time, we're not getting those X's, you know.
Okay.
And I just said but ain't like. But I'm just saying they aren't getting.
No, 100%.
You know, they're
Yeah,
not getting
we're
the
not.
votes. So they need to now get the charisma that he's bringing, all of the stuff that he's bringing. I'm not too sure where the disconnect is, but somewhere, somehow, he's losing his people. He's losing the numbers when he really, really needs it, you know, which is the same like when you said with the podcast thing, right? MacG's podcast. If only 10,000 people were in there or 5,000 people came through, Oksalayo, this was his dream, and he went. There's so much behind actually getting people in seats and having it, you know, spread on TV or the web or whatever. There's just so much more than that. I would rather have 5,000 people come to the rally and those 5,000 people vote than to see how much impact you seem to make and then just not have it show when it matters.
Okay, so your focus is, does 90,000 people equal 90,000 votes? That's what
I'm saying. If you've got 90,000 people, get 90,000 votes, you know? And that, I think, is where the problem comes in.
Yeah, because also at the same time, in addition to what she's saying, you know, it's like the disconnect becomes you're doing, like you rally for red heavily, but at the end of the day, when we have to go to the lines, it's about essay.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now, for me, that moment of that flag, and that's a consistent thing. It's not just that moment, because for you to lead up to that, it's because of a trail of thought. It's not like that was decided at that stage. It's like, at the end of the day, it's an essay conversation.
Okay.
It's, when you do that, it's very, when I looked at it, I was like, this is very confusing, actually.
Okay.
And especially because there's only 90,000 in the stadium. There's 5 million out the stadium.
I get that.
So it's confusing when you, and especially because we said, how many of us, 1 out of 3 watched the speech. 1 out of 3. We all just saw the content on social media, right? And that's the big disconnect where this chat is concerned. Like, it's a whole thing. Like, we say we're pro-SA, but are we really?
That's very good.
Are we
And
really?
that's the promo.
Shout out.
Okay, so
But shout out to Julius and his 90,000 people.
100%, yeah.
Like,
I
we
really
filled up
believe
FMB.
he did the John Cena thing, because I was wondering, out of all the songs, why would you
it
use
really
that?
worked? Right? I mean,
No, the edit. Yeah.
the edit
The edit
got
was
the
clean.
effort.
But imagine, like, have you heard misplaced? Or maybe that's frustration for me. It's a misplaced song. Listen, imagine, welcome to Before You Weekend. It's the full catch up of the week before it ends.
Yeah.
Get all your headlines, whatever. Will you stand up and be counted? Like and subscribe. This is your moment. And like, I was so confused. Like, why is the camera still on him with the song? And the song says, "Your time is up. My time is not." This is not about the nation. Oh, I'm so mad.
I think the translation was interesting. That means like somebody
Yeah.
that was watching it felt like it was that moment.
Yeah.
Like it was like, yeah, your time is up. My time is now. You can't see me. My time.
Like this, you just lost everybody. And then what happened? Sorry to like continue with this topic, but Elon Musk takes it. So I don't know if you guys saw this. This was yesterday. He says, "Oh, you know, they publicly open with a genocide in South Africa," and Cyril saying nothing. That was a moment for Malema to educate Elon. Well, first of all, the Musk family shouldn't need education if they've killed so many black people just to have the wealth they have. He shouldn't be educated.
Whoa.
But like that was a moment for him to go, if you understand how much where you got your
TK,
money from.
What are you talking about?
We're just gonna sail past that, like.
guys. Woo.
Okay, you can't be.
How many weeks has it been that we've been away?
Yo.
TK has been building up frustration.
Frustration.
Just hear me out. Like,
Okay.
there was
Right.
Malema responded and he was just vulgar. Cool. But that was his moment to tell
Malema responded was vulgar
to Elon's tweet. Yeah, because he asked Cyril, "Why are you quiet about this?"
Okay. Sorry, Malema asked Cyril.
No, Elon asked Cyril,
Cyril.
"Why are you quiet about the situation?" That was Malema's opportunity to go, well, you come from generations of money that was stolen from South Africa, and you've built on the lives of black people that you probably killed to get to where you are. Why are you shocked at the anger or the meaning of the song? Well, what it meant before apartheid? Like, why does he need to be re-educated? But Malema should have had an educational approach to the situation, because now you're telling, whether he's smart or not, he's the richest man in the world. Idiots are going to listen to him.
Yes, 100%.
And that was the moment to go, man,
I think,
Elon, let me teach you.
That's what it's very upsetting. But it's also like, it's the reason why Malema also has some of these moments as well, because like the speeches are written and directed, and that's how they like so accurate and whatever. Yeah. But he has these moments when he has to kind of address somebody in a situation, and then he has these out of pocket moments, whatever, because like the articulation is like that's the real Malema articulation.
How out of pocket is he? But I don't think he is. That's just him. Out of pocket is when he's busy with his speeches.
Well, you just said you're talking shit, but like,
I think it's just a PC thing, like just being politically correct. Like, you think he's out of pocket in his speeches?
If Malema was like set free.
I think his speeches are really strategic.
That's what I think.
It's very strategic. It's just that it's not him. Like, it's not him as his authentic self.
You think it's the character?
Yeah, it's what needs to be done at the time, to get business done for the day. But what we see on, like, in the moment on Twitter or wherever,
or in the press room, press rooms.
Yeah, that is who he is.
I mean, I wouldn't be. Would you not also get mad when you hear journalists ask really stupid questions at a press conference?
I definitely
look at you asking me another racist question.
Which I think that's
for 5 years.
I think that's maybe his response to Elon. Which I get what you're saying, 100%. I think that was his response. Like, when he says, "You stupid little boy." I think he had that moment again to be like, you know what I'm saying? But it's also like, to a certain degree, exactly what we're saying. Like, if you were like the whole time just constantly knowing that when you step out and say whatever, you've got to kind of be intentional about it. Because I feel like the intention is in the speeches. And then off the speeches, it's like, it's not necessarily intention, it's just whatever comes, kind of pops off, whatever I'm thinking, because I have freedom of speech or whatever the case is. So you're 100% right. Like, it should have been one of those moments. I think that thing is very annoying to me, because now, Trump said it and now Elon's saying it. And Akon said that stupid statement on Drink Champs. Like, I don't know if you saw that. He gets on Drink Champs and says, I was in South Africa, and it's crazy in South Africa. The poverty situation is reversed. Like you've got like white people that are poor, and you have black people there that are rich, and we're like, yo, Thibaut Touch is rich, bro. We ain't rich, boy. Yo, that's a difference. Cape Town, Camps Bay people are rich. We ain't, because he was in Cape Town as well for a couple of days with Touch, I think. And I'm like, that's so wild, bro. You come on a stage platform like that and you say misinformation so crazily,
But should we not also blame our promoters? Because I understand, when you bring an international act over, you want to show the best of South Africa, but you don't show the real South Africa. We bring, let's drop Hadley Berry's come to South Africa. Where we're going to take her? Sandton, Cape Town, Camps Bay. We're not going to show her Tembisa, Alexandra, Google it, and say, actually, 80% of South Africa looks like this.
But should we, though? Because here's my thing. Because, like, I don't know.
I think there needs to be a balance. Show the finest things. Cool.
You don't go to America and go to freaking Brooklyn, bro.
I would, though. I'm weird. I want to go see.
Yes, you want to go see the projects, Marcy projects. You want to go see where Jay-Z grew up and stuff. But nobody does that. We know it's there. We know that, because like, we don't have fiends in South Africa. We don't have crack fiends. They have crack fiends. Like, they have that. But you don't say, yo, show me.
I'm just imagining a South African person say that, I'm a crack fiend. No, it doesn't sound the same. It doesn't roll off the tongue right. Like, yo, what? Say that again, crack fiend.
Yeah, so like, That's my whole thing. It's like on a tourism aspect, we should kind of, because remember, still, I think, I don't know what the percentage is right now, but people still think, or people out the country still think Africa is like Africa, like Shaka Zulu and
Okay,
and stuff.
Okay, I get that.
Shaka Zulu is on TV. It's a series. That's not how we living.
I get that. Okay.
We really be living like Santon, Camps Bay.
But then they choose that because
Yes.
Batong, it's been forever. The whole fly on the lip kind of thing, like we
Yes,
hardly eat it now.
yes.
So why do they continually?
And then it's not that
hold
it's
on
not
to
there.
that? It's not that it's
Yes,
not
it's
there.
not that it's not there.
It's just that there's so much else. If you were of that thinking, and now Tusumbetu is now in your country,
Yeah.
right? You want to know, how did this talent come out of the bush, right? And then you go and find out, and then you actually see if they really want to. I think they would.
Yeah.
It's just that narrative makes them feel that, we
Okay,
are
but
better.
guys, I'm still saying like my last trip to Malawi, even for you, TK, like when you travel to like Kenya, okay, maybe TK might want to, but like when we were in Malawi, right? Like we were at one of the top hotels, blah blah blah, and then they took us to like the famous Lake Malawi, and they've got 81% rural population actually, and when you're traveling in between the lake and the hotel that we're in the main city, you basically, the lake is by another fine establishment, so, one of their 5-star hotels. When you're traveling in between there, you see it. You see 81% rural population, right? But also their intention of like how they trying to show somebody that like it's not to kind of like really like send you to the rural aspect of it, because it's like it's not just that. Do you get what I'm saying? Because it's like there's that, you have to have that balance, I guess, at the same time. But also for Africa, we've had that other narrative. It's there, we know. You know what I'm saying? But I think from a tourist aspect, imagine people trying to come in and seeing kids that are like impoverished and stuff like that. That's really weird also.
Okay. Yeah, I get that.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's what you're trying to, and I always felt like, I remember working with charities and things like that, and I just felt like that whole narrative that America does, and like people coming here and now we're showing off kids that are poor and like homeless and whatever. It's like you're taking kids to a zoo. You're taking people to like a zoo to like show and tell type of thing. That's so negative. Like it's actually like pretty dark to a certain extent. Actually, you know.
You know what's I don't know if it's sad or frustrating, but you go to like a tourist location anywhere in Africa, Cape Town, Zanzibar, whatever. Or maybe I should use my example. I'm in Zanzibar. You come in with the mindset that you're going to see Africans having a good time. You get to the resort. It's all these white people like, oh, this is so depressing. Why are you guys here in our fun?
Yeah.
Like this, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
Go back to Germany or like wherever you're from. I thought I was going to see, black people having fun, having a good time. It's just Europeans. Like, this is
that
cool?
Is that good or bad though?
Okay, can I answer this from a different perspective?
Yes.
I have a colleague I work with, and he explained it so well. He said, I understand why black people get so mad at white people. And then I asked him to explain deeper. He said, in Tanzania, we've never been oppressed by white people. We know what they've done, but they don't have the trauma we have. So when he hears how South Africans speak about white people, even though it's like a bit of a shock to them, they understand why you're that angry. They've never experienced that. And that was interesting when he said it, like, oh, actually, that's why you don't understand when you hear a random statement like, why are white people so happy? He doesn't get that. We as South Africans understand that context.
Yeah.
So that's interesting in light of your question.
Yeah, I was asking from a perspective of, just from a tourism perspective, I feel like we should build these establishments where they come spend their money so we can take it.
Yeah.
I'm pro that for sure. Right? Like because you're not going to go anywhere else. You're going to come into that place because you're technically on Instagram location. You're in, you're at Zanzibar, but you're in this 5-star whatever, and you're not going to step out. Apparently, like when you step out also, you actually step out into the actual
Into the
right.
real Africa.
right
Yes.
into the actual space and what
Show me guys how you guys really live.
yeah
I know we got the pools. Where do you live though?
you know
We know you don't have these pools at home.
you know what's crazy? There's a show, I don't know if you've come across it on Netflix, called The Dark Tourist.
Mm-mm.
It's very crazy. This guy travels around the world, actually not just in Africa, but he travels around the world, and he goes to, so essentially how he starts the whole interest, like everybody does like the whole touring thing or like tourist aspects of going to all these places, and you're looking for the touristy elements. But in all these places, there are these dark-sided versions of it. Like if you go to New Orleans, you have the whole voodoo aspect that's there. If you go to Mexico, I think Mexico, you have their whole Santana Maria whatnot stuff.
Yeah.
Excuse me if I hope I don't offend nobody about that. Like you have those type of aspects, and then you come to South Africa, you've got Sangoma conversations. You go into Africa as well. You've got all those spiritual. So he goes around the world, going into those things and like speaking on those things. It's very crazy.
I'll check it out.
Like very crazy. Like, oh, is this the ritual that you guys use to communicate to the? Oh, can I do it? Can you put the? Oh, you put the blood on the chicken blood? Oh, can I?
Is the person black?
White,
Of course not.
Oh, I was
my
gonna
brother.
go.
He's white.
Of course
No,
not.
black people understand meaning of blood.
No, my brother. No. There's this one like, and as we're driving in Malawi, there are like the spiritual aspects, like these figures. You see them like almost probably like sangomas here, because like you can see a sangoma and, on the road walking, whatever, based on certain elements they have. They have them in Malawi, and he had an episode with these guys. I just forgot what they called, and part of whatever the ritual is, there's a hut that they specifically allocate for where whatever the spirit that they're conjuring or whatnot is inside there. And if you go inside there, whatever happens, and he's like, yo, can I go inside? And he goes inside. I'm like, wherever that man is today, I hope he's okay.
That's terrible.
No, it's bad. Like it's really bad. And he travels different countries around the world, but mostly I think spiritually Africa and South America. We have very spiritual aspects.
That's why I want to check out South America. I don't care about Europe and North America.
For why again?
I can't say it.
Fidel Castro, nah. I don't know.
Yeah, let's say for Fidel Castro. I don't want to be identified as a racist on TikTok. If you know this man. Okay, 2 local things. I'm going to go international, then we need to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Ugandan boyfriend dresses up as a lady to write a law exam for his girlfriend.
I saw that.
The last time something like this happened was in 2017.
Isn't he a magistrate?
Magistrate, yeah.
Which is even worse.
So you understand the integrity of the law, but you know what? And what's really shocking is Uganda is trying to come out as like the strict nation. We don't want gays, we don't want lesbians, we don't want ABC. But I will write an exam for my girlfriend. And you can't say anything about that.
And he was probably part of like the committee that commissioned
That came with all of that.
It's the photo that came out. The man went into detail. He braided his hair. Right?
Everything. Everything.
How was he caught? Was he caught? Well, obviously.
I mean, there was a
After
photo of him,
that.
so I want to understand what happened in that room. It's like, wait a minute, hold on, someone
just
take an upside down photo. Let's see. Oh, this is bad.
If my man doesn't look like a Mugelings when he's got makeup on, I would ask him to kindly sit down, sit his ass down, and I'll do this. It's fine. Because I want to, when you look at Mugelings and you're like, this one, when she looks like a girl, she looks like a girl. And then when he's in his Jita era, he looks like a guy.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's very, very, confusing. So if you don't look like Mugelings with makeup on, please do not step out of this house.
Yes.
At all. Like, where was the...
Yeah, no.
And you would think they're intelligent people, right? You're like, how is this going to
He's
work?
a magistrate.
Like...
But this is where my bias kicks in. I'm for nepotism to a degree.
Shout out to
So I
you.
understand. Put your people on. Figure out a
Most
way.
definitely.
Make your people
Most
win.
definitely.
Yeah.
Create those avenues. But for love like this,
I
not
know.
for
I
a
want my man
girlfriend.
to do.
For a
My man
girlfriend.
must do, guys.
and I'm for that. Yes, figure out a way. Get your woman in.
Your
Get
man
your
must
man
go to
in.
jail.
I didn't say jail. Because I'm
Oh.
going to leave your ass. Like 2 weeks in.
Wait, put me on, but go to jail.
Put me on. And then
No,
if
but
you
don't.
get
She's
caught,
saying don't go to jail.
don't go to jail.
Yeah, do your thing, but don't go to jail.
Don't go to jail. But
Yeah.
like I think I'm just getting more and more into this thing where allowing my man to do what he feels. Definitely not that. I don't trust a man there. My own intellect must work. I will go and I'll write. Otherwise I'm not supposed to be in that room anyway.
Yes,
Once it's said
100%.
and done.
Yep.
Said and done. But I want, like, men want to do stuff. I think it's women that are stopping them. We stop them because of whatever traumas we come out of, right? So we're not used to men doing stuff and stepping up for us. So when they do, it feels kind of like off and weird.
Yeah.
A man must do, man. He must do if he
In
wants
Dota
to.
must.
Oh, not even in Dota must, because I think that's a different spectrum, right?
Yeah.
But if a man wants to,
If he
I
wants
don't
to
know
do-
what his train of thought was, right?
Yeah,
But I think maybe he was like, I can do this for you.
because I know
wanna,
the answers.
I know the answers.
I know it.
I want you to be there,
I
baby.
know this information.
Let's go together.
My love,
You know?
I got you.
It's
Got
the
you.
it's the
Something.
fact
You
that
know?
there was a possibility that his girlfriend was lying on his chest, and he said, "I'll make a plan," and that was the plan.
No, he was. I think the best place to be.
Because I'm sure my man's gonna call somebody. Yo,
That's the plan. You make a call.
Listen, TK, I need you. This name here, I just need you to live
That's
like
all.
That
You know what? I'm gonna
man's,
dress up,
I got this.
I'm gonna hit it like this.
baby. Where's your wig?
Wig cap, guy, and there you are with the wig cap,
He
everything.
actually braided his hair.
He braided his
He
hair.
braided his hair. Can you
He
Oh,
doesn't
hopefully
have
you
a
see the photo
mustache,
somewhere,
beard,
yeah.
nothing.
Nah, I think he cleaned it, then he did makeup. That's
Makeup on the
picture.
thing.
Yeah, that's the picture I saw.
That guy is like, she
He's
better
deep
marry
in,
him.
hey?
Shame.
He's
That's deep
But
in.
he's gone now. He's going to jail now.
He said to himself, "If Thabo Bester can do it,"
I'm out.
he said to himself, "If Thabo Bester can do it, I can."
No, it really can't.
Basically,
No, definitely.
She was rubbing his head. I have gotten. I swear, women, like, if you haven't tried this before, get your man on your chest, between your thighs, and rub on his head. You will get anything that you want. Why are you shaking your head? It's because it happened, right? It's happened. It's happened.
okay, we're having too much fun here. we need to wrap it up. No. Africa's youngest president of Burkina Faso has stopped exporting uranium to France and has removed French from the official language list.
Look,
Beautiful.
that's my guy. Right now,
My nigga,
that's
nigga.
my guy. I don't know what he did to get that seat,
Yeah.
but he did what he had to do.
Oh, you overthrew the government.
Or
It
I
was
don't
cool.
know what he did to get that seat. I need you to hear my statement. I
Did
don't
you
know
not
what
hear
he
it,
did. This is
TK?
Africa, my brother. This is Africa.
He travels.
You
He cannot
understand?
be saying.
He worked hard.
Yeah,
towards
I
it.
can't be saying crazy thing. I don't know what he did. You understand? But in despite of all that stuff, because that's what I was thinking about. I was like, I'm sure people probably know like how he really got the seat, and there's probably some really like some wild stuff. But this guy got in there and said, "Listen, this is how we're gonna go." And he's the youngest, and he just came in like 2 weeks ago, quote unquote. 2 weeks ago, he just came in. His first summit, he got in there like, "Yo, we're not gonna do it like this. This is how we're gonna do it." I respect that.
I love that.
I respect that a lot.
It's what you've been preaching for the longest time.
Yes.
Tear it down.
That we need, tear it down so we can build
Yeah.
it up again.
Yeah.
And now you see all the other president. I don't know why Cyril was talking. That annoyed me when I was watching that. I was watching footage, some of the chats from the summit in Russia.
Mm-hmm.
Cyril spoke. I said, "Why are you talking, bro?" Like that was very annoying.
What did he say?
He was basically jumping on the bandwagon with everybody because several presidents spoke on essentially before he does that move, he speaks at the summit, including several other African leaders as well. And they pretty much like, "Yo, we're tired of you guys. We're actually very tired of you guys. And we know that you guys use the stuff from Africa to make money, etc. But the problem is the place where you're getting the resources is not making the money and is not benefiting from this thing. I think either in this summit or the previous one, one of the leaders explained even the whole process of getting the resource down to then selling it and saying you use a resource from here, you make about 500 billion from this resource, and then the back end of that, the country you got it from gets nothing. It gets. He even said a number. He gets maybe like he said like 500 million of that or 50 million of that from what was taken because of the amount. He breaks it down so well. And it's like, that's the reality. So now when they got here, more presidents were like, yo, listen, we're tired of you guys. And how this is going to go is essentially, we're saying that should change. And if you're going to be taking a resource from us, we should benefit from that. You guys can go make your own profits. That's fine. But the money should be made here and kept here. You know? And then that's when he comes out and says that. And then also in addition, they said, even in terms of conflicts, like if there's issues, let everybody deal with their own issues. Stop this thing of coming into people's issues saying you're helping them fix issues. No one asked you to come fix anything, right? And then he was like, okay, yo. And then Cyril jumped in and spoke on that, essentially. Same bandwidth. I'm like, bro, sit down. Sit your ass down. You had this 35-year-old kid basically do what you should have done
for the past first 30 years.
The first time you walked into it, that's what you should have did. You didn't. You did quite the opposite because the same people they talking about, you work for them pretty much. You know? And then, essentially, one of the first business of order when they all left, there's a situation happening in Niger right now. And all the neighboring countries said, yo, Europe, we're just letting you know, if you pull up here, we're coming for you. If you jump into this, we're jumping you, pretty much. And I was like, that's pretty dope.
And all of this could have been fixed like over decades. And it's like small policy things like, oh, if you want to build a company here, put 40% back into the country. That's all.
Yeah, like Dubai.
Yeah, and South Africa did that to Elon Musk, and now people are going, no, that's corruption. Yes, no, this is right. They said, I think they said, if you're gonna put Tesla or whatever the company is here, 30% needs to go back into the country's equity, not just 30% of profits. 30% equity must belong to South Africa. That's an easy policy. That's what should have been happening across the entire continent.
100%.
So it's like, it's weird that, only now the old guys are like, maybe we should. What?
Dude, in Dubai, you cannot start a business or have a business without an Emirati as a partner or the actual government. Finish. Full stop. Done.
That's how a country heals.
Yeah, they're like, no, you're not coming to our country and making money and then you want to ship it somewhere else. No, that's not happening. So, and it used to be a 50-50 split. I think they just changed the percentage split. That's the only update that they're doing. But literally, Emirati has to be a part of it.
Makes sense.
Makes 100% sense. We should have that.
Lizzo's dancers file a lawsuit against Lizzo claiming sexual harassment and body shaming. There's a whole lot of other stuff that's coming out. People, like her team is basically turning on her. And I thought for a second, people are just trying to get back at Lizzo. But after the second or third person, now there's issues.
Yo, this has been building up for a minute, actually.
Actually, wasn't aware of. No.
Yeah.
Because
People
I'm
are
thinking she's.
Yeah. It's been building up for a minute where it's like, she takes on what we're seeing is the social media aspect of the negative whatever that gets thrown at her. Obviously this was right in the beginning of her career, more so, but she also has that aspect and that element. And I think I saw one or two things and I wrote it off as that as well. I wrote it off as people trying to like tarnish her or whatever. But then it's like just the whole thing.
When one becomes two.
Where it's like, where they smoke this fire.
Yeah. Jeez, man.
That's crazy.
That's so disappointing.
It's also weird. Like, why would Lizzo body shame? Is she going, we can't both be big on stage? What are you saying? Like, what
is the body shaming? I mean, there's no body shaming
she's watching
that's
what
ever right.
She's watching what people eat. Her team eats.
Like you've been eating chicken for 3 days. You should have, like, I'm just making an example. Don't quote me. I don't say she said it, but you know, like,
what if she had a catty like dancer? Yeah, you should stop eating chicken. I'll continue. You so.
Yeah, it's a chat that's kind of popped up way too many times. It's a chat but I think it's also, I don't know, maybe it comes from maybe something that she's not like honest about, like the trauma of growing up, you know, and now you become this figure and you feel like I'm dishing back.
Yeah.
And now
I'm
your
revenge.
whole brand is body positivity, love yourself.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh,
But that
your
doesn't-
songs now may mean something else.
There's body positivity, and then there's preparing to put out a product, right?
This is good.
So if your dancers are slacking because they were having ciders and chicken wings before the show, I mean, that doesn't look very good. I'm not, because I don't really know the story.
The context.
But I'm just trying to think that in terms of a production, what is it that you're trying to show? So I don't care what you eat when we are off tour.
Yeah.
You know, but right now we're on tour, so let's just make sure that everybody has the energy that they need. Everybody's looking good. You know, there's nobody that's tired and lethargic and all of that stuff. So when we are here, can we just have, this is like, watch your diet, you know, watch your energy levels, your sleep patterns, all of that. You know, it counts. So for me, if it was just in terms of what you're putting out, then
It would be.
you know,
So that's all
But
good
she's
and
got,
right.
you should got a point. I hear what you're saying. I definitely do.
That's all good and right. The problem is even I think they said the photographer that she booked or the video whoever that she booked came and then left because the person said she saw I think it's a woman saw red flags. And she said, I think it was last night, she's happy that she didn't continue with.
oh shit.
Yeah.
So nothing happened to her. She could just see something's off. You know,
Yeah.
like for us, it's like people who came into that church we're in.
Yeah.
And then like, I don't, something looks
Yeah,
something's
and
not
they
right.
go,
And we and we the audience going, no, you're lost.
No, yeah. You're confused. You don't know the way.
Can't do.
We're the ones that the GPS is still trying to redirect.
Lots of people going, no, you lost. No, you lost. Okay, all right, we're gonna wrap this up. My last question, I want to ask you guys, and then you guys can answer. Please leave your answers in the comments. Maybe actually there should be an IG story for everyone to answer.
Yeah.
Can best friends cheat on each other? Can best friends cheat on each other? This is coming out of a conversation I had with a friend, and I think she was touched because her friend posted a story celebrating another friend saying, "I love you, best friend," or whatever. And all of a sudden she felt touched, like, wait, I'm the best friend. And I want to know, is that a thing? Can best friends cheat on each other? Please leave your answers in the comments. And that's where we're going to close today's edition.
In my world, nope. I don't think you can.
In your world,
I don't think it's a thing.
Yeah.
it's woman. It's a woman thing. It's not a man
Was it a
thing.
woman? Was it female?
It was a woman, yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Because if it's men also don't go around, hey, that's my bestie. Hey, bestie. You know, no, this is my friend.
It's my bro.
And you probably,
my broer.
yeah, it's my broer, you know.
Yeah.
And then you've got another one there, Jita, whatever. You guys have these, you know, ways of identifying
Yes.
who's who in the zoo. But you probably will only see at your wedding, at your funeral, Waban, who's
Yeah.
who exactly. You guys don't go out
You
there
see at your
saying,
funeral.
yeah,
She's
because
right.
now
This woman is a witch.
no.
she's
Like your family would call Calvin and say that, look, can you come and say a
Yeah.
few words? Because they knew that Calvin was the guy.
And only
you know?
then Sia might get touched.
And
to be
then
like,
Sia would be like, I thought we were,
damn.
you know?
I think men only get touched in those moments, yeah, to your point.
Yeah.
The biggest moment.
Oh, and the best man is... oh, it ain't me? Okay, we're done. Take us home.
All right. And sorry, in closing, Mbappe got offered just close to $1 billion contract, 800 and something million contract.
No, it's offered 1.1 billion from Saudi Arabia.
Oh, but he turned it down, just by the way.
Oh, wow.
He wants to go to Real Madrid. But I thought it was a smart move because then when he comes back, he's going to get more because Saudi is the end goal right
It's
now.
the retirement league.
But it's not actually. It's the next generation. It's
Might
the new
be.
world order. Excuse me. I mean, all right. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for watching. This was Before You Weekend, where we talk about the week before it ends. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you very much for watching and supporting. Please continue to like, comment, share, engage, subscribe. Let us know. He asked a couple of questions. Let us know what you guys think about what we spoke about, and throw maybe a few topics that we can talk about in the next conversation. We appreciate you guys and look out for more content coming from us. Yeah, it is us. Okay, stay safe, guys. Stay safe.
Go back to work.
Go back to work. Which one is that one now?
It's Friday. Let's go home.
One time.